channel. My name is Loise Wambui and this is Divine Inspirations. And I just want to take this opportunity to welcome you. I know it's been quite some time since I posted something on this channel. I kind of went missing, but not in bad faith. I got caught up with some other things. But yeah, the most important thing is that I'm back and I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be sharing with you in this channel. And just to remind you, if you haven't subscribed, kindly do so. Just tap the small red subscription button. It is at the bottom of your screen somewhere here. Tap that and also turn on the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will not miss a notification. And today I want to talk about something that is very close to us, something that is very familiar, something that we are experiencing, and something that has just disrupted our lives very significantly. And I want to talk about the COVID-19 crisis. And we are all familiar with the COVID-19 and the havoc it has wreaked our lives. And in such a time as this, it is very easy to just sink into depression, to sink into negativity, to just think as if there is nothing good that is happening. But I have come to talk to you and to tell you that it is very possible to remain positive even in the face of crisis. So as you can tell from the title of the video, I'm talking about ways of remaining positive during the coronavirus pandemic. And I want to talk about a few tips that will help you to just stay focused, to remain positive. Because what negativity does, it sucks you off, the energy, that vitality you need to soldier on with life. Because when all is said and done, there is life after coronavirus. And you don't want to be caught up in a situation whereby even after the pandemic has passed, you are unable to raise, to arise again and continue with your life. And the first tip that I want to talk about, if you see me bending a bit, I'm just referring to my notes. The first thing that I want to talk about is the realization that coronavirus is not here to stay. It's not a permanent thing. And with everything that is going on, we might think that coronavirus will never go away. And you must be accustomed to a life of, hopelessness. That after all, this thing is killing people. After all, this thing is making people to be, to lose jobs, to all those kind of negative things that you might think about. But I want you to think of it like any other, misfortune that you've gone through in life. I'm sure there are so many other things that you've passed through in this life. You've survived maybe even life-threatening diseases. You've survived maybe a terror attack. Or, many things that you've gone through and you've survived and you've just been okay. And the good thing is that you can draw strength from such calamities that has happened in the past. And to know that if you survived those, if you are able to go through that and you survived even the coronavirus pandemic, you'll be able to, to soldier on and to break forth, knowing that there is hope at the end of the tunnel. And not just at the end of the tunnel, even in between the tunnel, there is still hope and there is still light. And God is able to just take you through this whole crisis. And tip number 2, which is very important, is that you should avoid information overload. And this is so important. With the social media, the mainstream media, and even your friends telling you all kinds of information, it is very easy to get all these like to be so much overwhelmed with a lot of information. And some of this information are not factual. Some of the information that is being passed across the social media platform, the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, it's not factual. Some of the information is just so false. And once you allow yourself to absorb every kind of information that comes your way, it is easy to get overwhelmed. And it is easy to see as if everything is just dark and gloom, as if there is nothing good that is happening around you. So the most important thing is that you should avoid that kind of overload in your mind. And what you can do to avoid this is, most of the time, what I personally do, I make sure that I get information from credible sources. For example, the World Health Organization website, the what is it called? The Ministry of Health, the website from the Ministry of Health, and some other credible sources. And sometimes when I don't want to listen to, or when I don't want to watch the briefings, what is happening every day in most countries, they'll tell you of the infections, the fatalities, and the measures that they are taking. Sometimes when I don't want to watch that, I just leave it. I don't watch, or maybe I can ask somebody to just summarize for me whatever has been said. And with that, I am able to filter the information that gets in my mind, and that will avoid a lot of overload in the brain. So that is very, very much important. So don't just trust every information that comes across you. Don't just trust any person who tells you, I don't know, whichever place is going to be locked down. I don't know how many people have died so far. Don't trust, just verify from the credible sources so that you don't panic a lot during this time. And the other tip that I want to talk about, tip number 3, is staying physically active. Staying physically active, the aspect of exercise. And this is so important, because when you exercise and when you just move your body, there is the feel good hormone, the endorphins. I know most of us know about the feel good hormone, and it is normally released in the system during that time when you are exercising. And what it does, it just elevates your moods. The feel good hormone, its work is just to elevate your mood and to make you feel good. And even as you are jogging, or you are doing your home indoor exercises, at that time you're not thinking of there's so many things that are happening around the world, but your mind is at the moment. It is at whatever is happening at that moment. And sometimes it is not easy to go out there and exercise. And as much as most countries have not been locked down completely, sometimes we don't feel secure to go out and exercise in the outdoor facilities that are there. So it is important to just be creative, get ways of exercising in your own home. And with with the social media, and with for example, the YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, so many fitness tips, they are there for free, so you can just watch and implement them in your home. So my point is, make sure that you exercise. It doesn't have to be the strenuous exercise that maybe you are used of in the gym, but just the simple, jumping with the rope in the house, or stretching. Some simple exercises that will make you to refocus from the crisis, and knowing that everything shall work out well. Number 4 is eat a nutritious diet, and at the same time stay hydrated. Make sure you hydrate a lot. And I'm not ignorant of the fact that at this time, it is not very easy to get all the nutritious ingredients that you may need to make, that nutritious diet like before. But even with the little that you have, with the few ingredients that you have in your house, you can make use of them to prepare for yourself and for your family some nutritious diet. Because what happens is that when the body is strong, when the immune system is strong, and when you have eaten well and you have drank water or your fresh juice, the brain is able to function properly, and with that you are able to be focused and to stay positive. So it is important to invest in a nutritious diet, eat a nutritious diet, take a lot of green vegetables, fruits, fresh juices, a lot of water, so that your system may be alert, and you don't and there is no likelihood of falling into stress because of hunger or because there is no enough food or enough energy in your system. So it is very important to eat a nutritious diet. Number 5 is connection. Connect with family and friends. And during this time, it is not, sometimes it is very difficult to visit, the one-on-one visit in your friend's house or in your relatives' houses because of the social distancing aspect, the self-quarantine aspect. But that does not mean that you should not connect with them. That does not mean that you should isolate yourself completely. There are so many things that you can do. You can make a call, you can text, and I would really encourage you to take advantage of the video calling, because when you call someone, when you video call them, you're able to see them, like you're able to see the expression on their faces. You're able to express your emotions even better when it's like you're having a one-on-one conversation. So take advantage of the video calling aspect. And also, that aspect of seeing a different environment from yours. You feel much more connected with that person when you are making a video call. So I'm not saying that you should not make phone calls or you should not text, but I'm just saying make advantage of those means of communication that you are able to see the face of the person. The communication aspect, that communication aspect is very important. So don't neglect your friends, don't neglect your family members. Be sure to connect with them in one way or another. And tip number 6, I believe, and this is also very important, and it applies to people, especially people who have difficulties, or how do I put this? People who have mental health problems. And I say that it is very important to seek help. If need be, seek help. If maybe you are on medication, maybe you are on medication for depression, you are on medication for panic attacks, for anxiety, even if you're not able to talk to your therapist one-on-one, you're not able to visit their offices because, again, of the social distancing aspect, you can always communicate through, phone calls, video calls, text messages, inboxes, and all that. So if you feel that you need help, if you feel that you need extra help, please talk to a therapist. Talk to a trusted friend also. Don't be shy. Don't be shy to tell someone that you feel like, you are at your breaking point. Don't feel bad when you feel like everybody around you is strong apart from you, because we all have different ways in which we respond to critical situations as this. So if you need extra help, please do so. Please ask for help, and I will be leaving my contacts here so that in case you are there and you'd like to talk to a therapist, I'm a trained therapist. I will be able to help you. Another point number 7, is tap into your creative side. Yeah, be creative. And there is something fulfilling with, coming up with something from scratch. And it doesn't have to be a masterpiece. You don't have to draw a masterpiece drawing, if I can say that. You don't have to write an epic novel. You don't have to cook, a 5-star meal, a 5-star class meal. All you have to do is allow yourself to just flow, to be creative, to be imaginative. If there is that one thing that you've been keeping off to do because maybe you didn't have time to do it, this is the tight time. You just get into it, tap into that creative side of yours, because every one of us, there is something that you can do. So tap into it, be creative, and as you do that, you will realize that you get some form of satisfaction, and that satisfaction will dispel any negative thoughts that you may be having during this time. The next point that I want to talk about is being grateful. Being grateful. And I want to acknowledge that this may not be easy, and especially if maybe you have lost a loved one during this crisis, or you lost you've lost your income, your income generating enterprise. You lost your job, or your business was closed down, and all you have right now is a lot of bitterness, a lot of anger, a lot of emotional turmoil. It is not easy to be grateful, but research have shown that once you start being grateful, you unlock even more opportunities, because what you are grateful of, you attract whatever you are grateful of. And despite everything that maybe you have lost, or despite everything that has happened around you, I'm sure there are a few things that you can also be grateful of. For instance, you are still alive. That's something to be grateful for. Maybe you still have your family intact, your spouse, your children, if you have any. You still have them. Your family is still intact. You can be grateful for that. You are healthy. You can be grateful for that. Your relatives, your friends, everybody around you is well and healthy. You can be grateful for all that. So once you become grateful, once you develop that gratitude mentality, it helps you to navigate through. It helps you to see the positive instead of always focusing on the negative. Yeah, so I highly encourage you to be grateful. It can either be, virtually in your mind. You can make what is it called? A virtual list of some things that you are grateful of. Or you can have a hard copy, a gratitude journal. You can just enter a few things that you are grateful of. And with that, you will see that your spirit will begin to rise. Your morale will begin to rise as you realize there's still some positive things that that are happening around you. Yeah, so develop a grateful heart, a grateful attitude, and you will be sure to navigate through this crisis very gracefully. And the next thing that I want to talk about, the last point that I want to talk about, is practicing random acts of kindness. In other words, be kind to people. And with many people going through tough times during this time, it pays to just, do something kind to someone. And especially on social media, there's a lot of negative energy going on in social media. And maybe you've seen somebody post something very nasty, but because maybe they are posting that and they are going through a lot themselves, you can decide to counterattack that with a positive comment. Or you can, just being nice to people during this time. And as you are nice to people and people are nice to you, you'll be able to maintain your positivity even during this time of the COVID-19 crisis. Yeah, so those are a few tips that I wanted to share with you. There are some few tips that I've been using during during this time of self-quarantine, and even as I have been reflecting on everything that has been happening, and I just wanted to share with you in this video so that as you utilize them, you will rise above any negativity that you may be having at this time. So once again, thank you for watching. And you can get more information on my website. I will link the website in the description box. So please get more information on this and many other things that I have written on that website. And please subscribe to this channel, like, and also share with your friends. Until next time, bye-bye.